Hey everyone, this is my reaction to the 9th episode of the second season of ReZero. So, last episode, we found out that Beatrice is not an evil witch cultist, which is certainly good news. We also... What else happened? I mean, I remember the big things that happened. You know, Subaru dying a horrible death to a bunch of little bunnies, you know? Probably the most brutal death Subaru's had so far. That was hard to watch, for sure. But we also had another hard to watch scene in the episode, which was just, you know, Subaru's friend just getting sliced by Garfield's freaking giant paw. So once again, something Subaru cares about, you know, his new bestie just getting taken away from him right in front of him. Just story of Subaru's life, really. But there was a bit of a silver lining in the episode in regards to Subaru, and that's having a cute witch girl to talk to, like to really confide in, you know, somebody that actually knows the trouble he's seen, and he can just vent on her, and she's more than willing to accept all of it and give head pats and let him drink her bodily fluids. She's a nice girl from what we've seen so far, for the most part. So that's a pretty big positive, I would say. So yeah, let's just get into the episode and see where we go from here. I think we're still in the Tea Party world. That's what I'm gonna call it. So let's see where we go from here. 3, 2, 1, play. Yeah, it's not been a pleasant life. You mean Satella the witch? Yeah, the worst witch. Boy, he has that smell. Yeah, she is a bit crazy, from what I've heard. That is a good question. One would be good to have an answer to. Oh, well, I guess that is preferable. But well, I think we should make an exception for Rem. Can we just give Rem the return by death power instead, like transfer it over? She becomes a new protagonist. You'd be proud of that, Subaru. If he couldn't bounce back easily, he would be insane by now. He would have lost it a while ago. Uh-huh. Also, thank you for the tea. Wow, the eye. Subaru is a man of many talents. Yeah, that was rough. But it was so small. Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay. So yeah, the witch was the rabbit was a big deal. Oh no. I imagine if there's that many of them. We should avoid these rabbits. Yeah. Any place where those rabbits are, nothing else is gonna be there. Wow. That is terrifying. Yeah, just do that. That's not too hard, right? You would need some insane magic power to even have a chance at that. Like some multiple AoE specialty powerful mages working together to even have a chance. He's a man that betrays expectations. That's no problem for us. Huh, another chat with another witch. That would be something. It's a good point. We really can just talk to all the dead witches, I guess. Yeah, she might eat Subaru. Let's try to avoid that. Yeah, because I don't think that would apply to his return by death, just mental issues. Okay. What do you mean by restraints, or like physical chains? I can't promise that. Yeah, how rude do you want me to be to this woman? Okay. Is she gonna look the same, or... Oh, I know that voice. Heard her voice. Multiple characters. Yeah, she definitely looks different. Uh... A nickname. Yeah, that's me. I was not really expecting this. I'm still processing this. Weren't we supposed to not touch her? Although maybe she only said that to avoid the FBI, and I don't know. Good for you, Subaru. Oh no. Well, no, but I still need that. Please give me my arm back. That's an important arm. Ow! Oh. Ah. Yeah, maybe we shouldn't have touched her. Thank you. Can you put me back together now? At least leave a bottle of super glue. They really do have very different, oh wow, parts. Okay. So is she like the Chuny of the group? Can you put me together, please? Thank you. uh, 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 yeah. Can you settle down, please? With a wrath. Okay. Guess that's why she yells a lot. I really am surprised about these different designs, because the kitten looks so much like, you know, it's, Amelia. So I just kind of assumed all the witches look like that. But... oh, what the frick? I have several questions. It's got, like, spider legs. Uh... Uh... Please don't. Yeah, we had a run-in with the rabbit. We would like to know how to deal with it better. Because she's a witch, evil. Well, yes, that's not that's beside the point. I don't want to eat the evil rabbit. Yeah. I guess I kind of see your point, but we would still rather get rid of the rabbits if we can. Okay. So baiting it to a certain place would be not too difficult. So they're not smart, they're just a lot of them. I guess so. Yeah, one down. Oh no, she's moving. Okay. So we're gonna get a kidnap back now? Okay. I can't believe she's a normal one of the group. I know, right? She is so much more mellow than the others. Right, that did confuse me a bit. Okay, so she was Pride. Yeah, I got her name and everything. She seemed pretty great. We'll have to get more of her. In fact, I would like more of her now. Literally the exact same thing I was thinking. Remember that tea is bodily fluids, Subaru. Don't forget that again. I'll take it. She's extremely trustworthy. Oh, is dream time over now? Somebody smacking his cheeks. Poking him with a stick. Well, she hasn't been doing so well so far. Not a lot of faith. I want to be able to spend time with you. And you're cute. That too. That's unfortunate. I really like this place. It means eventually it'll be impossible. Oh? Well, yeah, I suppose. It's been a while since Subaru's done the trial, actually. Been several episodes, I think. Oh. That's special handkerchief. So it's not stored in RAM is what you're saying? Okay, I guess that's all it takes. Hopefully wearing that uniform again. Oh? Well, now you got my attention. You got an injury on your forehead, Subaru. She is something, alright. Yeah, we're all alone in here. So, yeah, what was happening then? Oh, wow. That doesn't look good. I mean, it's not as bad as an army of small rabbits, but still pretty bad. Thanks. I'm sure Otto appreciates that phrasing. I think that was turning into a person. Like a humanoid shape is what it kind of looked like it was doing. Is that... Oh, yeah. Is that the witch? Or... Oh god, that voice. Oh, that voice. Good thing I'm wearing headphones. Oh, Garfiel coming to save him. That's unexpected. Okay, unlimited rulebook strategy. Thank you, Garfield, I guess. I still don't forgive you for killing Otto, though. Even if you technically didn't do that yet. Yeah, that was not a predictable thing. What exactly are we dealing with? And how do we deal with it? It is her, then. Wow. That confirms it. Why couldn't Subaru have a connection with the Witch of Wrath? I think that would be better. Or the Witch of Pride. I'll take either one, really. Man, just the way it's like sliding forward, too. A little bit unsettling. And yeah, of course it's where they ended off. Man, I can't believe we got to meet a few more witches this episode. And I also can't believe the white whale is only one of a trio of horrible, terrible beasts. And you'd have to deal with the rabbits. There's still one more, the black serpent that they called it. Which I don't think we've heard about before. I think this is the longest we've ever spent in the Tea Party world in one episode. I'm pretty sure. Like the whole episode, basically, almost. because we learned pretty early on that the witch of enemy killed all the other witches, I never really expected to get the other witches in this show. So it is definitely a nice surprise. Although getting them, we're definitely getting them in a very limited capacity. They even very much specified here that the Tea Party world is a very temporary thing. Subaru can't do it a huge amount. So who knows how much more we'll get of that. Doesn't surprise me. Subaru doesn't make mistakes. He just takes calculated risks that don't always pan out. Okay, well, that was the 9th episode of the 2nd season of ReZero. Like I said, this one was primarily in the Tea Party world, and we chat with Echidna, and our chats with Echidna are always great. That's one of the things I've really been enjoying about this arc in general, is just Echidna stuff. I remember she was actually trending on Japanese Twitter at least once, which was pretty great. Which is understandable, you know, because she has a great character design, which is, of course, very similar to Amelia's, right? Long silver hair, just all that. And she's also just has a very cute, moe, likable kind of personality, right? She hasn't really done too much bad guy-ishness stuff, really, up until this point. I mean, how could she? She's a Tea Party setting, you know? Not really the capacity to do so, really, like, not really in a position to do anything wrong, just want somebody to talk to. And her strong desire to want somebody to talk to, and Subaru, like one of the few people she can actually do so with, and so she gets excited that he's there. That just all leads to just a very fun character, you know? So I do enjoy getting more of Echidna because of all that. And we got more witches this time, right? Because she talked about the three magic beasts, the whale, the rabbits, and the black serpent. Although the only one we ever got into real detail was on the rabbits, of course, because that's more relevant, because that's what killed Subaru so horribly, right? And the Witch of Gluttony, I think she said, was one that knew about it, so the plan was to kind of channel that witch through her, right? And she warned Subaru a lot about this to make sure he didn't do anything stupid, like, you know, touch her or whatever, or release her restraints, you know, warnings like that. However, apparently, one of the other witches jumped in before the witch that was supposed to be there jumped in, right? And that voice that she has is one that definitely sounds familiar. Like, plenty of Lolly characters have had this voice actress, right? So the voice was immediately recognizable to me. So before I even saw her, it was pretty clear that it was a Lolly character. And she looks very different than Echidna, right? So this is what made it clear that the witches do all look very different from each other, which got me pretty excited to see the other witches. And we actually did end up seeing at least 2 more witches in the episode. However, this one, I quite like her design. I don't think we have a really... I mean, I'm sure there's a good body shot of her eventually, but yeah, her outfit, it's got the white and blue color scheme, which is pretty much my favorite color scheme ever. So right off the gate, I really like the outfit. It's got like flowers at the bottom. Just got like a couple more flowers like on the strap connection areas. So just the outfit I love, like, completely. The hair color, definitely, the hair just in general is not my favorite, but this is probably like my only complaint on the character design. Just a great idea for a witch, just especially the Witch of Pride, just a very, you know, cocky little lolly. Just, it works quite well. But she calls him Badu. I mean, why not? I mean, Rom calls him Badusu, I think, so it works. So, yeah, she just has this big shit-eating grin on her face as she grabs his hand. And she comments about there being no pain, and I wasn't quite sure what she meant. Like, I thought maybe she was referring to some kind of, like, electrocution kind of pain. Like, maybe there was, like, the power within her would, like, transfer into him and cause pain. But no, she meant just because his arm is separated, that would usually be painful. So, yeah, she just completely broke Subaru, like, physically. Just first with the arm, and then he just kind of, like, broke apart like he was made of glass or something. That was quite unpleasant. That looked incredibly unpleasant. So yeah, this is where she says, well, that's all Typhoon came here for. So Typhoon, it's a bit of an odd name. It sounds like Typhoon, but only has 1 O. That's really weird. But apparently she just came there to break Subaru, you know, fair enough. And then Minerva, whatever her name was, it was Minerva, right? But anyway, her entrance was probably one of the best I've ever seen on the show. Just literally falling from as high in the sky as we could see, like higher than we could see, and she just has this kind of like Chuny-ish dialogue, pretty much. And she just says that as she's descending, eventually, like superhero landing into the ground, big old crater, hearts flying everywhere. It's just, you know, hearts aren't usually what I would associate with Wrath, so that was a bit of a surprise too. But yeah, that was just a fantastic introduction, really. I couldn't have asked for better, really. Like, it was so different than the other ones, right? The other one just kind of popped into existence, I think. But she just pops in like that. And she's just, like, crying as she's there, too. Like, she just has this kind of sad look on her face, and you see the tears kind of flying behind her. And she, like, just fixes Subaru. I don't know, this was definitely the most unexpected bit of the whole episode, I would say. Just her everything. She was great, like, she was the biggest surprise. She was the biggest pleasant surprise. I'm not crying, I'm just mad, okay? I'm going home now. Just, that was great. All of that was great. She needed to stay here longer. I'm pretty sure both the other witches got more screen time than she did. So, just, we needed more of her. Yeah, I'm not crying, but we quite visibly see her wiping tears away. Yeah, Minerva. I could just watch her scene over and over again. Just literal perfection. Next time we'll just heal everyone. But yeah, that was, everything about that was great. And then we got the other witch. Her design was certainly something interesting. Because she's like in this sort of, what do you call it? Not Pandora's box. The torture device with the needles and stuff that you put them in and it closes and stabs you through. The name of it's, I'm blanking on it. But you know what Iron Maiden, maybe. I think that's it. But anyway, it's got a definitely evil kind of look to it. You know, the whole purple, black color scheme definitely looks evil. Then just kind of opens up and shows her. And she has the chains. So after that, it kind of makes it clear that maybe this is the person that Akina was referring to, because she mentioned the restraints before. And she definitely has physical restraints. I don't know if that's just like part of her natural body, or if she was considered so dangerous the other witches put her in chains. I don't quite get that, but maybe she's just a very rough sleeper, so they wanted to make sure she didn't move around too much in her sleep. I don't know, it could be a lot of things, really. But we probably need to keep the chains on there. So, just completely blind, so she can't even see anything. Well, blinded, I mean, like, she's got an eye cover, I guess, to just make it easier for her to sleep. That just seems to be a very big part of her character, is sleeping, from what I could tell, which I can certainly relate to. So, and she has like these spider legs on the bottom of it so she could move with her bed. I don't know. It's like a cross between an Iron Maiden and a coffin, really, and combined with spider legs. So just seeing it like move around was just weird. But anyway, she gives him the information that he wants. We find out about how it's attracted to mana, so we can very easily lure it somewhere if we come up with a good trap. So that's certainly useful information. And she tried to justify the existence of it a little bit, talking about, well, you know, I mean, one thing she said was interesting is the fact that it can make infinite copies of itself. It's kind of like an infinite food source, which that's kind of a pretty cool idea. You know, that could technically solve world hunger if you can make a creature that can like never go extinct and always makes more of itself. That's a great idea, but the problem is that it eats other people. But then she justifies that by saying, well, isn't it natural that something like tries to eat you if you try to eat it? You know, like, it's fair, right? Like, she gave a kind of an explanation like that, which, you know, it's still, I would prefer it to not eat me. That doesn't change that fact, right? And we would probably be better off without it overall in the long run, even though the whole solving world hunger idea, potential execution sounds nice in theory. I think it'd be a bit better without it, really, just all things considered. So, but yeah, it was a little bit weird. She might try to eat Subaru, and she definitely thought about it, but luckily she was chained up, so she probably couldn't do it because of that. So good thing we didn't touch this one, because we touched the first witch that popped up. That was obviously a mistake. I think Subaru learned his lesson on that one. I guess the second witch technically he touched too, but she touched him, really, so that's a little bit different. This is the only witch he didn't touch, technically. Yeah, that's the one he wasn't supposed to touch, so I guess good job on that front. So, I definitely want to see the other witches now. For sure. Like, I got really curious about what the other designs would be like, what other personalities would be like, because they all have very distinct personalities despite all being witches, so... I mean, of course we saw Satella, the Witch of Envy, at the end too, but she was definitely a lot more scary. Like, if you compare her to somebody like Minerva, they are very different people. Like, Minerva was just the best, and the Witch of Envy is just like dark, oozing evil mists trying to drown Subaru with her love and all that. Just, yeah, why can't Minerva have been the one to get attached to Subaru and bring him to this world and give him return to death and all that? Imagine how better the show would be, honestly. But yeah, that was the biggest thing of the episode. We got a little bit more chat with Minerva near the end, talking about various things, the trial, the tea party world, and how we can't go here too much and paying his payment. All that, we got through all that stuff. Not too much to say about it really, but it does make me curious how many more times we're gonna come here, because they definitely made it a point and to let us know that this is not a never-ending thing. But earlier in the episode, Minerva, she's on my brain. Echidna did speculate that the return by death thing has no limit, so that's really interesting, because I'm pretty sure that's something Subaru worried about before in previous arcs when he was trying to solve a problem. He's like, okay, this is like the most I've ever done it in one. I've used it in one arc. I don't know how much more I could do this, so let's hurry up and get this situation solved. You know, so he's always been kind of conscious of that concern. So if he really does have no limit, that would certainly be useful, for sure. And when Subaru finally did wake up, nobody was around, except for a bunch of darkness, which the Witch of Envy was inside of. And an unexpected hero shows up, Garfiel, to get him out of there, right? So, but yeah, just with that witch's talk about the love and all that, just the way it kind of whispers into the headphones, that was well played. Made me really glad I was wearing headphones, because you would not have got the same experience without them. So that was good. I mean, it was kind of creeped me out a little bit, but also it was kind of pleasant in a weird way. It was a very odd mix of sensations through that whispering, but it was something. It was something for sure. But yeah, clearly Garfield is still okay. You got I don't know, I'm blanking on his name too. You know, the creepy clown guy. You know the guy I'm talking about. Yeah, he's kind of just in it too, it looks like, just surrounded by the mist and all that, so yeah, I'm just going to assume he's buddy-buddy with Satella. That's just kind of the assumption I'm going to run with. I've always just kind of assumed he was a bad guy, so he was doing a lot of kind of cryptic dialogue there about hell and all that, so. And he does seem to be very much in the dark mist, so either he's, you know, buddy-buddy with it, or it's about to consume him, one of the two. So yeah, not quite sure where we go from here. Satella showing up at all is a big surprise, because she hadn't done that in the other versions of this. You know, the other timelines, I guess you could call them. So yeah, I'm not quite sure what that difference is about, or how that changes things, because now we have something bigger to worry about than getting back to the mansion in time. So yeah, I'm not quite sure how we solve this, how we deal with this, but I guess for now we're working with Garfield, which is concerning in and of itself. But that's what we ended up on the episode on. Roswell, that was his name. I have trouble remembering names of characters I don't like, as a general rule. I'm questionably good at remembering names of characters I do like, so that's kind of to be expected. But anyway, yeah, I think this is the first time we've actually seen Satella kind of enter the field like this, you know, just kind of pop up and say hi to Subaru in like a physical, visible kind of way. Like, we've seen her like sort of inside of him, like whenever he would try to tell somebody about return by death, she'd kind of grab at his heart and stuff like that. But this is different than that. This is like an everyone sees it kind of thing. So that's certainly different. Anyway, I think that's all I got to say on the episode without rambling even more, so I think I'm going to end it off on this. Just, yeah, I'm glad Subaru was able to be put back together earlier, because that would have been unfortunate. Because that when he was broken, he hadn't even had a chance to talk to the Witch of Gluttony yet, right? And being broken would make it difficult to have that chat, so yeah, good thing Minerva did that. It's definitely a good thing. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing how things go with the next episode. So thank you for watching, and a special thanks to Cnouki and Ryan for supporting the channel. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you consider clicking the like button and leaving a comment, because that's a great and easy way to let me know that people want more. If you want to do something big to help the channel, you can support me on Patreon and get nice benefits like early access to certain videos. See you next time.